G'day friends, it's Vicky Wright, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, Australia. Okay, so welcome to our Stamp and Create Wednesday Live. So today I thought we'd do something a little bit different and do a little bit of mystery stamping, which we haven't done for a little bit. So yeah, that's what we'll do today. I did post our measurements, what you will need to stamp along with me yesterday in the group. G'day Sharon, how are you? How's Barry? So hopefully you've chopped it to the measurements. As I said, there's not much involved, but it's just a way of, well, I won't say anything else because it'll give it away. Okay, so let's get on with it. So our first clue was all our measurements, okay? So our second clue, I'll just cover this up because I've got them all on the same sheet. So our second clue is to grab our piece of DSP. Okay, so that's our DSP. I'm using, oh, that's not good. Hopefully they'll get to the bottom of it. So what we're going to do is randomly cut this DSP about 1.5 inches down from the top and up from the bottom and in about 1.5. Now, I'm not measuring, so I'm just going to chop probably about there. Or not chop, but cut. Okay. Then for our second clue is with our bone folder, we're going to score from the end of this cut line to the bottom right hand corner, okay? And we're going to burnish. Now when I do it, I always bring in a ruler and I always bring in my bone folder, only so that I can get a straight line. And I just burnish like that, or score like that I should say. I hope they get to the bottom of it, Sharon. It's not good, is it? I've got a little sick dog here at the moment. And then all we're going to do is fold that back like that. And we're just going to score down that line just like that. Now clue 3 or 4 is the same thing. G'day Julie, how are you? It's the same thing, but we're going to do it from the top. Okay, again with my ruler and my bone folder, we're going to score from there to that corner, and then we're going to fold it back, and hopefully just get my bone folder to make it nice and neat. Now the paper I'm going to use, is the paper I am using, is the Love of Rings from Sale-a-Bration. Okay, but this will work for any paper. And then once that's done, so clue 5 is we're going to adhere it to our layer 1. So this is our layer 1, and I'm going to be using soft suede. So what we're going to do is glue that just like that. Now, as I was chopping this, I'll glue this down first. Oh no, it's this side. I was thinking as I was chopping this, if you wanted to, instead of using a piece of cardstock underneath, you could use the opposite side of this paper, because I think it looks a little bit like sky or stars or something. So then we're just going to stick that down like that. Just leaving a narrow edge along the three sides and just a little wet one down the right hand side, just like that. Okay, now our clue 6 is we're going to adhere it to the base card. Now I've taken the colours from the colours in the pack of paper, and I'm going with a colour that I don't use very often, and that's crushed curry. Okay, and we're just going to stick that down like that. Just like that. So that it's nice and straight. Now we've done that. So our clue 7 is to stamp our image onto some cardstock prior to punching or die cutting. Excuse me. Now I've actually taken a sheet of the DSP and I've cut out, well I'm going to be cutting out a little house. Okay. Now when I'm doing my houses, or not houses, but when I'm popping up my DSP that I've cut an image from, I actually just stick it onto some cardstock first. I just find that it just gives it a little bit more support. So I'm just going to stick it down like that. So then what you're going to do is either stamp your image, die cut it or punch it out, or even fussy cut it, and I'll do the same. So I'm just going to go around that bush. Now, as I said, this card is very easy, very simple, but that's what most of my cards are, and it's always good to find different ways of using our DSP. So I'm just going to cut down there. Cut up there just a little bit. Yeah, me too, Sharon, I am too. Didn't think I would like it, but yeah, I do like it. The more I play with it, the more I sort of seem to be liking it. So I'll just get that little bit out. Move all that off to the side. And that is my image with the piece of cardstock at the back. Okay, so our clue 8 is we're going to adhere it to our DSP with Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, if I can find them, there they are. And I'm just going to put a few around, if I can get them out. Just a couple around randomly. Probably too many, but that's okay. Can never have too many. So this is our clue 8. Okay. And we're just going to pop that there. Just like that, just to cover up that little bit of where that paper's cut. Okay. Now, if you had a long image, sentiment, you could have moved that over a bit and stamped, is it vertical down there? But I don't have that. So clue 9 is we're going to stamp our sentiment onto some scrap cardstock. So I'm going to go with Celebrating You, and I think I will do The Best Is Yet to Come. If I can find it. There it is. So just stamp that onto your cardstock. Just go that way. And I'm going to do this in soft suede, only because soft suede's in the DSP. And when I'm using DSP, I always pick my colours up. Majority of the time, not all the time, I will pick my colours up from the DSP. So we're just going to stamp that. Then clue 10 is you're going to cut your sentiment or punch your sentiment. Or you can fussy cut around it if you want to. But I'm going to punch, and I'm going to use the double oval punch. Just chop off a little bit at the bottom. And that looks about right. Okay, so that's that one. Now our clue 11 is punch the same shape or die cut the same shape from a piece of cardstock. Now I'm doing a piece of mint macaron, and I'm just going to punch that same shape. Now this is optional, this step. You can then cut it in half, or you can leave it if you've punched or die cut a shape to match. So all I'm going to do now, I've chopped it in half. I'm then going to put that piece to that side, and we're going to do the same to this side. Oops. Just like that. Making sure it's nice and even and straight so that we can't see it. That's about right. Then clue 13 is we're going to pop this onto our card front with dimensionals, or you can just glue it to your card front. Up to you. Okay. Just like that. And we're going to pop that up. I think I might have it down the bottom. Just for something different. So once you've done that, our last clue is we're going to add some embellishment. Okay, clue 13. Now, I thought the rustic metallic dots may be okay with this, or something different. These are from the annual. They look a bit soft suedey to me, so we'll just add a couple of these. And can I move that? No. I'll stay there. And that is our finished card. So as I said, I've used the keep forgetting the name of it, Rings of Fire. Okay, so that's one side. You could even cut those images out if you wanted to, with the mushrooms and the leaves. This piece I think would be great for Christmas. And then you have the opposite sides. Okay, you see all that? It's quite nice actually, Sharon. Yeah, I agree with you, you're right. I'll have another play. I'm not sure what I'll do with that piece, but I'll have a play. So that is our mystery stamping for today. An easy 5-minute card, but one you could do with lots and lots of paper. So before we go, of course you gotta do your inside. And all I've done is cut a piece of basic white, put a piece of the DSP down the side, to match it in, and that is our card. I thought I had no. So that's another one I did. So same principle, but using different papers. Still use the house and just different colours. I've still used soft suede too, actually. I just realised that. Okay, and I've used the same sentiment, and I've popped it up at the top, only because this was cut lower. So remember, this piece here, this cutting of your paper, can be as high as you like, or as low as you like, or even in the middle. And I think that's about the middle. Okay, thanks for joining me. I'll just zoom out a little bit. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Now, all the directions and tutorial will be in our Stampin' Create Facebook group. Okay, thanks a lot. See ya. Hooray.